Now 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we are shaded because of that branch over there. A little bit of shade creeping in from over there. We could move it, inch it a bit forward to capture a few more bit, but not that much. We're 105 coming out, and so that's not hot, but it's very pleasant. You take a nice shower with this. For washing clothes, it's not steaming hot. And I'm draining down from here. This is the amount that's hot. And it was 110 up here, and it's about 109 in here. That gets down to 105. So as the water goes down, of course there's cold water down here because that's the way that solar hot water systems and water in general works, with a thermocline with stratification. And since the ingress is here, that's where the hot water is coming in and rising up and then stacking as it pulls cold water down from there to the bottom of the panel and then up. So we are seeing consistent 105 degrees, and I'm just timing how long it takes. 106. That's because the hotter water is falling down. And normally what happens is there's a toilet float valve in here so that the cold water coming in would begin to replace from the bottom. So let me open this and show you. So there's the toilet float valve there, and at some point it'll let cold water in to continue filling up the barrel. Now, right now that water is off, so we're just today going to test how much water we get out from there. And I really don't want to push cold water, because that goes in, comes down to the bottom, and then pushes and lifts the hot water up. But I want all the hot water to come out from the top right now. Ideally, really, the hot water should come up from a higher point on here, so I could put cold water and just lift the hot water out. But then the toilet valve doesn't go on. It only goes on when the float goes down to a certain point. So we're trying to figure out what that ideal point is, because that's a pretty big balloon up there. So there's a lot of compromises that you end up making when you're doing a non-pressurized system like this. But so far we're maintaining that temperature. I can open this up more. There we go. Just to let it come out faster. Seeing 107 now. And then we're going to move the system. So let that keep coming out for now. We're going to let the system continue. I guess there is some more sunlight falling on it there. But the best place for this really would be right here, because then we have a clear sky. In the morning we'd have sun as early as 8 or 9. By 10 we'd certainly have the sun. We'd get good clear skies, and we'd continue to get another good hour if we could put it here. But the fence is going to block that. When the fence goes in, there's going to be a building here eventually. We might be able to get it here, but then the fence would shade it. So there's so many compromises to make. But that would be the ideal place, right over there. It would be nice if I could get it up on the roof. This side of the roof is in clear sun the whole time, but I don't want to penetrate the roof and damage it. And also then I would need a way to anchor it, and I'd need a pump for getting it in the barrel, whereas this is thermosiphoning passively, so no pump, no electricity needed. Still coming out at 107. Nice long shower, really. When you look at the south-facing roof, you see that it's in partial shade from this tree up here. So that's not ideal. The other side is not south-facing, but it does get full sun all day long, and that would be ideal. Maybe we could use ratchet straps to hold these panels down, but then again we would need a pump. So this passive thermosiphoning is a good thing. And really, you can see now that we're at, how long have we been talking? 5 minutes? So it's 108 now as we get toward the top layers of the water coming down, which isn't bad at all. So you would certainly get, if you were taking a shower, you could easily get a 5, now going on 6-minute shower from that amount of water right there at 108 F. So just continuing to document. And I guess if I open the valve full on, it's going to come out a lot faster. It's 109 it's saying now, 108. That's a bit extreme. It's pouring on my solar hot water panel, which I don't necessarily want. There we go. All right. So, continuing this. Still getting a little bit of light there, but really no heat generation through there. And this isn't heating anymore. But I think this definitely shows, for anybody interested, how long one panel will produce. This is just one panel, and we've been on for 7 minutes now at a good flow rate, and still getting 108 degrees out without adding any new water in. So there's definite merit to it. When we add the second panel, we will definitely be seeing much more than that. Hold on. And now you can see, looking in, we still have a substantial amount to go before we get to the ingress and the outgress. And the toilet float valve has gone down, so we're coming out there. That's where the hot water goes down to when it stops. Yeah. Give me just a few more minutes. I'm just draining the tank and videotaping. I have to do this test. $8:23. So probably a 10-minute, easily a 10 or 15-minute shower coming out of this, which is just awesome. By now the cold water would have been coming in. So we will do a test where we're letting the water in, and then we'll see if we can get the same length of a shower from it. We'll do that tomorrow with the float working, pushing cold water up. Just a little bit longer to go before we're empty here. But that would be the ideal location if there was a way to fasten it without damaging the roof, and if we wanted to use a pump, that would be ideal. Otherwise, that area on the other side of the sheds is the best sunny area. We used to have the solar panels way out there by where you see the volleyball court sand on the other side. That stays sunny all day, but the amount of draw off, the amount of loss from pumping the water all the way to here or to the RV was too much. So we used to walk over there with buckets, fill the buckets, and carry the hot water over to the RV for baths and showers, because that actually was better thermally, because the buckets held the heat. Using a pipe was just, or a hose was just ridiculous. So now we're getting to the bottom of this. And let's see what the temperature is. I'm gonna go down here. So yeah, the entire time it's been at 107 Fahrenheit. And that's going on, that's almost 11, 12 minute shower at that. So that would be very, very comfortable. So I think that shows you what a single panel can do. It's very promising. As I mentioned, tomorrow I will turn on the cold water and see if it makes a difference. It probably will decrease the length of the hot shower, because it'll be pushing cold water up beyond the point where it comes down. I could keep that and put an elbow in, I suppose, on the inside and have it go up a little bit more. So we'll work on adjustments with that to get the optimum. Or you just let it drain like this, and then you add more water when you're done with your shower. That's another way to go about it. The toilet float really just keeps this open barrel, which is non-pressurized, from overflowing when you fill it, because we don't use expensive pressure tanks. We learned that in Cairo, Egypt. So there's a lot to be done here. A lot more research to be done. But as you can see, we're now getting on toward 12 minutes, although it's just trickling out now. And that's a tremendous result. All right, looks like that's about done. Not gonna get much more out of it from that. All right. So we can just leave it to drain. All right, so thanks for watching, and I hope you too will work on home sold hot water. This is the pump that we would use if we were going to put it up there on the roof. We haven't decided that yet. So long then.